Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to North Dakota. Welcome to the city of Bismarck, and we are very pleased to have you here today to welcome you to the fastest growing economy of all 50 states. Not just last year, but 6 out of the last 7 years. And after last night, I've convinced myself that there are people in North Dakota who think that we're on the right track because many of our public officials in North Dakota were reelected last night. I am not one of them. I didn't happen to be on the ballot last night. But I think overall, we feel like people in North Dakota are voting for our candidates and not against the President of the United States, which is kind of a good feeling. Thanks for coming. I think overall, I just have one small message for you, really. I want to pay my compliments to your entire organization, not just Basin Electric, but all of the many co-ops that make up the Basin family. I think you're doing a great job wherever you are, and especially in North Dakota. And I want to really acknowledge Paul Sukett and Mike Egel are the two guys that I meet with from time to time to talk about the plans for North Dakota. And those guys are doing a great job of leading the cooperative. And Wayne Peltier and others, thank you for the leadership that you provide to this organization. You know, in North Dakota, we are not only the fastest growing economy, but we have the fastest growing personal incomes in the United States. We have the fastest growing population in the United States. And some of the cities in our western half are the fastest growing municipalities in the United States. Watford City, North Dakota, Williston, North Dakota, Dickinson, North Dakota. And the counties are the fastest growing counties in the United States. McKenzie County, Williams County. That's a heck of a challenge to be the fastest growing municipality in the entire United States. And it means that a lot of people have got to step up and work very hard to keep up with that pace of growth. And I just want to say to all of you as I welcome you to North Dakota, thank you for stepping up to meet this challenge along with the rest of the people in North Dakota, this tremendous challenge of providing the resources and providing the infrastructure that we have to have in order to maintain this pace of economic growth. In 2014, Basin Electric completed Phase 2 and Phase 3 of the Pioneer Generation Station project, combining with Phase 1 for a total of 135 megawatts total in natural gas peaking capacity near Williston. And in addition, for the Watford City area, completion of Phase 2 of the Lone Creek Station, which combined with the earlier phase will also provide another 135 megawatts in peaking capacity from natural gas. If we did not have that kind of rapid response, aggressive attention to power generation in our state, we would be in a real mess. And there is nothing that I can do to make people do that. This is something that has to come voluntarily from our cooperatives, and especially from Basin, who is in charge of making sure that the power is not only generated when it needs to be, but also getting it transmitted from place to place. Transmission infrastructure is an incredible challenge, as you know, today anywhere in the United States. And I am so impressed with the way Basin has been able to keep moving transmission across some very difficult areas. And it takes real dedication to get that done. You've also done a great job of building up a diverse portfolio of energy sources, and your attention to renewable energy is great. But I have to say that coal-fired electricity still remains the backbone of our electrical generation system in North Dakota. Coal-fired electrical generation is a key part, providing nearly 80% of the electricity produced in our state. The abundance of clean-burning lignite coal within our borders is a key and has been utilized to provide low-cost electricity to our residents and businesses for many years. Currently ranked, North Dakota, the fourth lowest retail price of electric power to residential users in the United States. And that is only because we have less access to hydropower than a few other places. Your commitment to research and development has also been great, and North Dakota is proud to annually provide $3 million through the North Dakota Lignite Research, Development, and Marketing Program to the advancement of the wise use of coal to power electricity. And the reduction in emissions of all kinds has been dramatic, and I, again, would have to really acknowledge and recognize the commitment of investment of more than $2 billion in technology to protect our environment. Unbelievable financial commitment. So I look forward to continuing to work with you in the future to continue to provide this incredible resource to all of our people in North Dakota as well as the entire region of the country. And one of the things we will have to do together is try to work on the proposed EPA 111D standards, which in their current form would impose some very difficult CO2 limits. As you know, the comment period on the rule was recently extended to December 1st, and we know that if the proposed rule remains in its current form, there is no question that it will mean significantly higher costs of electricity to people not only in my state but throughout the region. And we believe that the EPA, rather than showing greater accommodation in this rural area, appears now to be looking for ways to make the requirements even more stringent. States are in the best position to deal with the reduction of carbon emissions. We can do this over time. But recently, I had the opportunity to have breakfast alone, without any press around, with the EPA Director, Gina McCarthy. And I asked her a question very directly. I said, Gina, if you want us to reduce our CO2 emissions by 30% or whatever this percent turns out to be, by a certain period in time, what technology would you propose that we use to begin capturing more CO2 and reducing these emissions? What technology do you have in mind that would be feasible for us to install and still put out electricity at a price that people can afford to pay? And I'll tell you right now, Gina admitted to me that she did not have an answer to that question. She started changing the subject over to conserving energy and managing plants more efficiently and conserving energy in ways other than through the coal plant. And there was really no suggestion on what technology it is that we should purchase, develop, or look to as a solution to this big requirement. So I think we do need to work together. We do need to keep it real. Goals are great, but we need to have goals that are achievable in some way over the long haul. And we will continue to talk to the EPA directly. They're going to be in North Dakota next week. We're meeting with them in Washington a few weeks from now. And we have to continue to talk to them about keeping it real when we talk about what is achievable and what is not in reducing CO2 emissions. The future of our state depends on it. The future of our country depends on it. And I think Basin Electric is in a great position to provide some reasonable input, some rational input on how we go about this. And we are committed, as you are, to doing whatever it is we can do that is reasonable. Folks, thank you very much for giving me a chance to welcome you to North Dakota. I hope you have a great time in Bismarck, and please keep on with the commitments that you're making to our state and our region. Thanks very much.